Welcome to the DJD show, coming to you live. On with the show. Zoe Quinn was the first public MMO. Parody. Oh boy. Zoe Quinn was the first public target of online harassment in Gamergate. Now she's telling all. This is how you overcome the haters. By Anita Sarkeesian. Wait a second. What? Wait a second. So the article about it in Marie Claire is by Anita Sarkeesian. Wait, isn't she? Yeah, they're buddies. That's interesting. Oh, look at that. It's Anita Sarkeesian's Wikipedia. Anita Sarkeesian, born 1983, is a Canadian-American feminist, media critic, blogger, and public speaker. She is the founder of Feminist Frequency, a website that hosts videos and commentary analyzing portrayals of women in popular culture. She has received particular attention for her video series, Tropes versus Women in Video Games, which examines tropes in the depiction of female video game characters. Fictional characters, by the way. You know, and the problem they have with it is, look, there's some titties. Oh, tits and ass. There's some titty. Yeah. Oh, Raging Golden Eagle. Fun little channel. Go check him out. Yeah, that's basically who I'm doing their voice was. It's like, who's that? That's him when he talks about interesting stuff. In 2012, Sarkeesian was targeted by an online harassment campaign following her launch of a Kickstarter project to fund the project to fund the Tropes versus Women in Video Game series. Supporters donated almost $160,000 to the project, far beyond the $6,000 she had sought. The situation was covered extensively in the media, placing Sarkeesian at the center of discussions about misogyny in video game culture and online harassment. She has spoken to TEDx Women, XOXO Festival, and the United Nations Broadband Working Group on Gender, and appeared on the Colbert Report, discussing her experiences of harassment and the challenge of attempting to improve gender and inclusivity in gaming culture and the media. Yes, and in that show, wait a second, yes, Colbert, the Cuck Report, right? The Colbert Report. Let's see, she had basically Colbert's balls in her purse. Good job. Yeah, Colbert isn't what he used to be. It's some sad. I don't know if that's when it started. Maybe around there, where he was like, either do this or I'm not going to get to work anymore. Because these are the bitches in charge now. Yep, they have, feminists have my ass, by the way. You want to see real, Wonder Woman, the guy who did that. Classic feminist, sure, baby. Again, it's about equality, right? Right, but no, you want something else, maybe. Maybe you want something else. Yeah, Sarkeesian, early life. Sarkeesian was born in Canada and grew up near Toronto. Her parents are Armenians from Iraq who emigrated to Canada in the 1970s. She later moved to California and identifies as Canadian American. You sure you don't identify as something else? I mean, yeah, very interesting. She received a bachelor's degree in communication studies from California State University, Northridge, in 2007, and then earned a master's degree in social and political thought from York University in 2010. Her master's thesis is titled, "I'll Make a Man Out of You. Strong Women in Science Fiction and Fantasy Television. Are you sure it's not a musical? Because I'll make a man out of you." Sure, god dang it. And too bad it wasn't film. He could have talked about aliens and Sigourney Weaver. But I'm sure there's other fine women in science fiction, fantasy television. Yes, there's quite a bit, actually. Star Trek. Yeah, in Star Trek. Few strong women there, that's for sure. Unless you say that doesn't count, because whatever reason you may make up. I don't know. Continuing. Feminist Frequency. Sarkeesian launched her website, Feminist Frequency, in 2009 while a student at York University. She created the site in an effort to create accessible feminist media criticism. Videos created for the site analyze social and cultural, gender, structure, and popular culture from a feminist standpoint, such as applying the Bechdel test to pictures nominated for a 2011 Academy Award. and highlighting Lego's role in reinforcing cultural norms. Lego! So these are the same kind of people who'd probably criticize The Lion King and say it's racist. Yes, I'm not joking. You go look it up, and that's happened. The Lion King. Oh, Lion King's racist. Oh boy. Continuing. Skip through a lot of the bullshit. Uh, okay. On January 23rd, 2015, Feminist Frequency issued the first. Wait, issued. Sorry. Oh boy. Feminist Frequency issued its first annual report. 2015, and announced they were planning two new video series tackling the positive portrayal of women in video games, as well as the portrayal of masculine identities in games. On March 8th, 2016, Feminist Frequency launched a crowdfunding campaign. Yeah, wait a second. Yet another, oh, please give me money. E-begging. A little begging there. But hey, you do what you gotta do. It's a business, it is. Yeah, just think of it differently. I interesting stuff. Launched a crowdfunding campaign for an animated video series called Ordinary Women. The planned 5-episode series will explore the lives of historical women such as Ida B. Wells and Emma Goldman. In March 2016, Feminist Frequency began a formal partnership with the Crash Override Network, agreeing to serve as its fiscal sponsor. Crash Override is a support group for victims of large-scale online abuse, formed by game developers Zoe Quinn, bringing it back around, Zoe Quinn and Alex Lifshitz, in the wake of the Gamergate controversy. And bringing it back around, it's very, very interesting, huh? So Zoe Quinn and Anita Sarkeesian. Yeah, it should be interesting, the future, when you, yeah. Should be very interesting, the future. Hopefully you keep all the receipts, Zoe Quinn and Anita Sarkeesian. Keep all those receipts. You might need them. Harassment. The tropes versus women. I mean, I'm just saying, it is what it is, right? Because, I'm sure you're declaring this as, you're saying the Crash Overnight Network is a charity, right? I would think you're doing that, right? I'm just guessing here. I haven't checked it out yet. I haven't really investigated the Crash Override Network just yet thoroughly. I'm sure other people can do that. Okay, harassment. The Tropes versus Women project triggered a campaign of sexist harassment against Sarkeesian that included rape and death threats, hacking of her web pages and social media, and doxing. Attackers posted disparaging comments online, vandalized Sarkeesian's article on Wikipedia with racial slurs and sexual images, and sent Sarkeesian drawings of herself being raped by video game characters. Okay. One attacker created the computer game Beat Up Anita Sarkeesian, which prompted players to bloody a picture of Sarkeesian by clicking the mouse. Toronto feminist Stephanie Guthrie received death and rape threats for criticizing the Beat Up Anita Sarkeesian game. The resulting criminal trial against critic Gregory Allen Elliott is regarded as having significant implications for online freedom of speech in Canada. Sarkeesian responded to the threats against Guthrie in a statement to the Toronto Standard, condemning the widespread harassment she and other women have faced online. Sarkeesian's elevated profile led to speaking engagements on sexual harassment in online communities at the TEDx Women Conference and several universities. Yes, can't have a Nobel, you could have a Nobel Prize winner speaking, but no, instead you have this doing that. You have this at several universities. Whew, interesting times. In March 2014, Sarkeesian was scheduled to speak and receive, there we go, and receive an award at the 2014 Game Developers Choice Awards. The organizers later revealed that they had received an anonymous bomb threat and that San Francisco police had swept the Moscone Center Hall before the event proceeded. Okay, intriguing. In August 2014, Feminist Frequency issued a Tropes versus Women in Game episode. This coincided with the ongoing harassment of Zoe Quinn as part of the Gamergate controversy. The increased volume and specificity of the harassment, including death threats, prompted Sarkeesian to leave her home. San Francisco police confirmed that they had passed the case file to the FBI for investigation. Alrighty then. In October 2014, Sarkeesian and Utah State University received terrorist threats. Oh boy, really? Terrorist threats pertaining to her planned lecture at the university and the following day. The threats, one of which was issued by a person who claimed to be affiliated with Gamergate, specifically cited the 1989 incident. Okay, 1989 incident at Cole Polytechnic massacre in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. As inspiration, the university police did not believe. Here's the thing. At least they included this and take it out. The university and police. Now, this little October 2014 incident, the university and police did not believe the threats were credible, inasmuch as they were consistent with others Sarkeesian had received. So they didn't think they were credible threats. All right, they did not think it was a credible threat. Okay then. But there you go, had received, but scheduled enhanced security measures nonetheless, just in case, right? Sarkeesian canceled the event. Oh boy. Feeling the planned security measures were insufficient given that the university could not prohibit handguns in the venue per Utah state law. In an August 2015 interview with The Guardian, Sarkeesian remarked of dealing with the pervasive harassment her new normal. All right. Wait. I gotta read. Really, The Guardian? God dang. In an August 2015 interview with The Guardian, Sarkeesian remarked of dealing with the pervasive harassment, her new normal, that older mentors and feminists told her were, that older mentors and feminists told her we were dealing with that, but they were throwing rocks at us. Yep. So yeah, let's just say in the past I had it so much harder than you, and again, past Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, actually dealt with things like what you're dealing with. But yeah. Okay, continue. The media scholar Soraya Murray describes the attack as a watershed moment in the culture war being fought over representations of women and minorities in video games. I'm a minority, according to you people. So, wait, no, I don't want you representing me. No, you can go fuck yourselves. I don't want douchebags, piles of shit lying fuckers like you representing me. So you can go to hell. That's where you can go, Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe fucking Quinn. Reception and public appearances. Sarkeesian, like I always say, parody. This is a parody. I'm making fun of this shit. Making fun of her. She doesn't actually have force lightning coming out of her ass. Going some other places that isn't actually happening. Reception and public appearances. Sarkeesian and her work have come to much greater public attention following the announcement of tropes versus women in video games and the harassment she subsequently faced. These events helped bring the issue of pervasive sexual harassment in video game culture to mainstream media attention. Discussions occurred in a range of publications and outlets, including the New York Times, The Guardian, and New Statesman. Okay, there you go. What else we got? Fascinating. Again, nope, not gonna. Okay, again, you can go check out the Wikipedia for yourselves. Oh, this little fascinating tidbit just to really hammer it home. On October 29, 2014, Sarkeesian was interviewed on the the Cuck Report, where she discussed the harassment she suffered at the hands of Gamergate and her views on making video games more inclusive. Really? It seems like you want to exclude things. You want to, but what about that titty? TNA. You want to remove that. So big-breasted women not allowed, but small-breasted bitches like you. I don't know. Maybe she got some tits now. Maybe she got some nice breast implants. I mean, that's the funny part, isn't it? They got some serious plastic surgery after them. They make that money because that's what you goddamn seem to do. Oh wait, yeah, I'll get to that in a second. They love selling their books, right? Anita does, as does goddamn Zoe. She told Colbert that video games often portray women in a manner which reinforces the cultural myth that women are sexual objects, and that her goal is not to censor video games. Bullshit! Fucking bullshit! That's why the fuck I was like, who's this new bitch? Right? Because we'd already been dealing with it for decades, and then your ass came along. So you're not new. You know what? Your bullshit isn't new bullshit, and the same shit with the other fucker. But you're spinning it in an interesting way, and unfortunately this time around they went right with you. For now, maybe at some point they'll have the balls to say, "Fuck off! You're a goddamn joke and you're meaningless." But for now, unfortunately, they're listening to you, and it's fucking sad. I mean, at least they're saying, "Oh, we should do what she says," and then try to do everything this way. But I'm happy a few game companies say, "Go fuck yourself," and do it their way. Indeed. And that her goal is not, like Grand Theft Auto, totally saying, in fact, they might make fun of her ass. Possibly. And her goal is not to censor video games, like I said, bullshit there, but to raise awareness of how women can be portrayed in more realistic, less stereotypical ways. Okay. True. Big tits and ass, not allowed, but however you want it, exactly, that's fine. Okay. The harassment of Sarkeesian, the harassment of Sarkeesian and other women in gaming was featured in the edition of January 14th, 2015 of Nightline. When asked by ABC News why there was so much anger, she responded, "I think it comes from this idea that gaming is a male-dominated space and that games are for men by men. It's a very misogynistic backlash." She appears in the 2015 documentary Get the Fuck Out. And she should get the fuck out. Go fuck yourself too, bitch. On February 11, 2019, Sarkeesian appeared at the University of Alberta's Meyer Horowitz Theater with a presentation, "I am tired. The cost of online harassment." So she can't take it anymore. So by this point, she's like, "Fuck it. I can't take it anymore." And oh boy, what ends up happening this year. That same year. If you're tired, well, buck up, bucko. You're about to get dragged into it again because your buddy Zoe fucking Quinn has caused Gamergate 2.0, possibly. God dang it. I am tired of the cost of online harassment. During the Level Up... Wait, are you fucking me? The name of this? During the Level Up Gender-Based Violence Prevention Week. Okay, just unfucking believable, this shit. Awards and nominations. Sarkeesian's feminist frequency blog was highlighted by Feminist Collections and Media Report to Women. 2012, Gama Sutra considered the harassment and success of feminist frequency a catalyst that led to new attention to the importance of diversity and inclusion in the gaming culture and in the gaming culture industry. They named this call for inclusion one of the 5 trends that defined the game industry in 2012. In 2013, Newsweek magazine and the Daily Beast named Sarkeesian one of their 125 women of impact. She also received an honorary award at the 2013 National Academy of Video Game Trade Reviewers. Awards for her damsel in distress videos. God, seriously, with the victim shit with these fuckers. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. Maybe my interpretation of the fucking... Fuck it. Just fuck it. In 2014, Sarkeesian received the Ambassador Award. Are you fucking me? And the Ambassador Award at the 14th Annual Game Developers Choice Awards for her work on the representation of women in video games, becoming the first woman to receive the award. And too bad it wasn't a different woman that wasn't full of shit, sadly. She was also nominated for the Ambassador Award at Microsoft's 2014 Women in Gaming Awards for her work. Oh, this is fucking sickening to read. After the Utah State University death threats, again, which, you can go read it for yourselves. It's in the Wikipedia, and I'm sure there's other places for evidence of what happened there. Rolling Stone called her pop culture's most valuable critic. God dang, that's disgusting to read that. Rolling Stone, what the fuck has become of you? Saying that the backlash has only made her point before her. Gaming has a problem. No, Rolling Stone, you have a problem. You have a serious problem. No one's buying your bullshit anymore. No one's buying the bullshit of many of these fucking things anymore. You're losing money. Possibly. Allegedly. Parody. News satire. All that fun stuff. In December 2014, The Verge named her as one of the 50 most important people at the intersection, of technology, art, science, and culture. Fucking A, The Verge. In March 2015, Time magazine included Sarkeesian in the list of the 30 most influential people on the internet. And in April that year, chose her for the Time 100, the magazine's annual list of the 100 most influential people in the world. Ah, yes, indeed. That fucking year. Indeed. At least when it comes to this. In May 2015, Cosmopolitan included her in its list of the 50 most fascinating people on the internet. Are you fucking me, Cosmo? God dang it, Cosmopolitan. What the Again, this is some sad to read all this shit. And wait a second. You know what's interesting? Nothing since then. Has it been kind of dead? Have you been a little light in the wallet? Wait. Don't worry about it. I am tired of the cost of online harassment, right? With the presentation, right? Sarkeesian, this year, 2019. Yeah, it seems like a certain individual right over fucking here that you wrote the article for. Oh, wait a second, Anita Sarkeesian. What else is fascinating? What I stated earlier. What did I state earlier? Oh, are they in business together? Literally, Crash Override Network. Oh, but it's a charity, right? Mm-hmm. Keep those receipts, bitches. Oh, boy. Both of you fuckers right here, this fucking picture. Keep those fucking receipts. Just saying, you might need them in the future. Zoe Quinn and I are part of a fairly exclusive club, and that's... Zoe Quinn and I are part of a fairly exclusive club. One that's larger than it should be and growing all the time. In 2014, after the successful release of Quinn's game Depression Quest, her ex-boyfriend wrote a lengthy revenge blog post about his former relationship with her. When Quinn defended herself online, she was met with virulent trolls who published her private information, including her address, and barraged her with death and rape threats, until fearing for her own safety, she fled her home. The same thing happened to me. After I, in my capacity as founder of Feminist Frequency, a website that analyzes the portrayal of women in pop culture, released a video examining sexist tropes in video games. In her book, Crash Override, how Gamergate nearly destroyed my life, and how we can win the fight against online hate. Public affairs. Okay, that's the title of the full title of the fucking book. The book is basically Crash fucking Override, and then all that other bullshit against public affairs. Woo! God, well, more like her fucking editor wrote the fucking book for her. Again, she seems a little retarded. I mean, her acting skills are at least porn star level, but there you go. I don't know about Sarkeesian's porn star level. That's a discussion for another time. But at least with Zoe, yeah, it is, low level, low tier, goddamn porn star. Oh wait, she failed at it. She's a failed fucking porn star person. Attempting to be. I guess it's an insult to porn stars to even to say that, but it's so people get an idea of what she kind of did, and the quickest way is to just say that. It said, she worked in porn, she did some softcore porn, hardcore porn, whatever, maybe took 5 dicks on video, I don't know, all that fun stuff. Out this month, the Los Angeles-based Quinn not only tells her own, maybe it wasn't on video, who knows what it was, I don't really, god dang, links will be in the description, no, links, I'm joking, parody all, fucking bull. Out this month, the Los Angeles-based, again, is it that fascinating? So Marie Claire is basically, this is a giant fucking ad. That's what this fucking is. This is a giant ad for her fucking book. Oh, and it gets better, ladies and gentlemen. I'll cut to the chase with this in a second. Out this month, the Los Angeles-based Quinn not only tells her own story of surviving threats of violence and online harassment, but also schools readers on web culture and, most important, how to fix the problem. Mm-hmm. Oh, a little back and forth between Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn. I guess I'll say this first part. Anita Sarkeesian. We met briefly before Gamergate and became friends months later. Oh my god! Whee! We met briefly before Gamergate and became friends months later. I found a lot of healing in our conversations because I knew that I could text you the twisted thoughts that come from being a survivor. Mm-hmm. That come from being a survivor of trauma, and you would understand. So wait a second. So Anita Sarkeesian, in her own goddamn article, in that statement there, admits to twisted thoughts. So I think I'm reading this right. She has twisted thoughts. There's a few videos on YouTube that talk about these twisted thoughts. That's just her own brand of comedy, right? You can go check that out for yourself. Just Google it. Zoe Quinn, I completely agree. You get left with so many gross, dark things that are just put in your brain. Oh my god. By external, just paraphrasing, joking. Oh my god. But in your brain, by external forces, and most people cannot handle it. Oh my god. There are a few people I can talk to about the worst parts of what happened during Gamergate. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just a victim. It's okay. I'm always a victim. Anita probably should have done her voice a little more butch. I think that's a little closer, right? Well, you can tell who's who, right? She's who's the lead. Anita Sarkeesian is definitely on top of this relationship, and I'd say Zoe Quinn is definitely the bottom. Yeah. You can tell who's the top dog. Anita Sarkeesian is top dog. Zoe Quinn, oh man, second place makes a lot of money in this situation. And continuing all that fun stuff, a little back and forth. That's cool. No, I'm not going with it. Oh shoot, really? Interesting statements. You can go check this out for yourselves. And wait. There's a reason why. I want to spotlight this old goddamn article, which I'm sure has been done a million times. And now, here you go. All right, here you go. I'll just do this whole part. Okay, so Anita Sarkeesian, what can we do to fight? What can we do to fight again? No, fuck it. That's terrible. What can we do to fight against online harassment? Says Anita Sarkeesian. Zoe Quinn responds with, the biggest and first thing is to get educated and stop downplaying the impact it can have on people's lives. A big barrier to people getting help with online harassment is the general attitude either that it's not a real issue. Can I bullshit here? Okay, continue. No, I'm not lying at all. No, I'm not. Oh my god. No, online harassment's real, just not the way they're fucking bullshitting. No. That's not a real issue. That's only online. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Twitter. Just get the fuck off it. Just, that's it. Leave, come back. Then they'll fuck off. You can't control this shit. There's so many fucking countries involved. You can't control the fucking internet. Do you understand this? Can only hope to contain it. That it's only online, or that it's limited to someone saying they don't like you. Oh my god, they don't like me. Everybody should like me. I'm Zoe fucking Quinn, bitches. And all of that stems from a basic misunderstanding of what we mean when we say online harassment. I constantly hear from people who before hearing my story say they have no idea it was so bad or could consume someone's entire life and future? I mean fortune. Oh no, she's making quite a bank. Entire life and future. I think that once we improve the literacy surrounding the issue, it'll become easier to implement solutions and more likely that those solutions will be beneficial and carried out reliably. Okay. Literacy. You. No, I would suggest, uh, you know, some people with degrees, specialists in this field, they should maybe be the ones that they go to improve the literacy surrounding the issue. Not fucking you. But hey, let's get into it, right? This whole main. This is a big reason why I went here. I would do the whole thing. This is definitely to be made fun of on its own, but maybe I'll do it in the future, but not right now. Crash Override: How Gamergate Nearly Destroyed My Life, and how we can win the fight against online hate. $27 back then. Again, this article's old. Buy it. Direct link, by the way, Amazon.com. Direct fucking link to it in the goddamn article. It's a glorified fucking advertisement for her fucking book. This is what they fucking do. I've done this before. I made fun of this in another video where they did it over and over and over the fuck again in the fucking article. It wasn't just the one time like here. I'm sure it's done again maybe later on. Possibly. Let's just zip on through and see if it's done again. Oh, yes, it is. God dang it. They link it again at the fucking end. They link it again at the end. This article appears in the October issue of Marie Claire on newsstand September 19 by Crash Override: How Gamergate Nearly Destroyed My Life, and How We Can Win the Fight Against Online Hate on Amazon. Another goddamn hot link. Editor's note: Anita Sarkeesian's company, Feminist Frequency, is a fiscal sponsor of Zoe Quinn's organization Crash Override Network. Fascinating, isn't it? Ah, boy. All right, continuing to the final piece of this little fun. I think I might save this for next time. Yeah. I think this gives you a good glimpse into what the fuck is going on currently with Gamergate 2.0. Going back in time, explaining to you Zoe Quinn and fucking Anita Sarkeesian were the first MMO parody. Or I'll figure out what I'm going to call this fun little video. Oh, boy. Wait a second. I know what I'm going to call. I'm just going to go through this one real quick. Yeah, we'll go in depth on this one another time. But I'm just going to include it. Trash Override. Now, this is a Tumblr, right? That's what it's called. Trash Override. Lore and receipts regarding Zoe Quinn's Crash Override Network. Oh boy! Crash Override: How Zoe Quinn exploited vulnerable trans and queer people for fame and profit. Now, these are the words of the person who wrote this on this, on this Tumblr. So, not mine. This is them saying it. Parody, new satire, all that interesting stuff. Just making fun of you, that's all. And maybe this person is too, but they're the ones saying this, so you can credit. I mean, links in the description as always. Yes, indeed. And yes, this has already been archived in case you try to take it down. I don't know why you would. Does this make you look terrible? Possibly. We'll see. Oh, wait. Crash Override: How Zoe Quinn exploited vulnerable trans and queer people for fame and profit. Again, this is why some people outside of just those evil males have an issue with fucking Zoe Quinn and Anita fucking Sarkeesian. These fucking bitches. These fucking evil fuckers. Just using people over and over fuck again. Wait, Zoe, where the fuck is that thing on Kickstarter that you still haven't fucking given the fucking product to the people who paid for it? Yeah, and you haven't updated it in a while, so that's the other interesting part. But sure, let's just launch Gamergate 2.0. God dang it, I can't fucking believe this shit. Hopefully not. Hopefully it dies down, and it was a brief blip in the radar. I can't even talk. I probably need that coffee. Alright, Crash Override. There we go, back to it. Trash Override. Yeah, let me get it right. There is an old saying, if something seems too good to be true, then it probably is. That saying, unfortunately, seems to apply perfectly to the online anti-harassment task force Crash Override Network. They're quite the con job, baby, which has had former members coming forward to testify and get their stories out there. Stories of being exploited, manipulated, and lied to by Crash Override's co-founder and CEO Zoe Quinn. There is a lot of background information and lore that could be discussed, but I will try to keep it as simple as much of it is neither here nor there, and the focus is solely on Crash Override Network and how and why well, it ironically became a tool for abuse. That's sad. Forged in battle, as many of you are aware, Gamergate began in 2014 and was essentially an online battle in a larger culture war with an emphasis on battle. Participants in this online fracas used every dirty trick the dark recesses of the internet had developed, gleefully partaking in doxing, swatting, targeted harassment, account hacks, death threats, rape threats. There were even bomb threats called in. For them, anyone on the other side of the conflict was fair game and no holds were barred. It was perhaps the internet at its worst, and the Gamergate controversy was reported on in magazines, newspapers, TV programs, and online news sites around the world. The Federal Bureau of Investigation even had a Gamergate case file, although they never made any arrest. That's interesting. In 2000, according to according to here, in 2016, a former Crash Override Network member leaked a small amount of logs dating from December 2014 and January 2015. These logs were from a secret chat group that was being used by Quinn and others as a support group and operations room to organize their battle against Gamergate. Recent revelations by another former con member, who can be seen in the chat logs as Secret Gamer Girl, states that the group was made by people who had gotten involved in Gamergate, and eventually they invited Zoe Quinn and she took over as leader. Wow, that's some fucked up. And began inviting in anyone who publicly praised her or attacked Gamergate. While Zoe Quinn in command, with Zoe Quinn in command. Again, blind as a goddamn bat, and it's kind of tiny. With Zoe Quinn in command, the group became even more dedicated to thwarting the Gamergate supporters and helping the women they believed helping the woman they believed was her friend. Blind as a goddamn bat. It's technical difficulties. Scrolling down, the list of highlights from the chat logs gives a good sampling of how this group was operating, including doxing, discussions about getting people fired and blacklisted. Oh boy, where have we heard that before for those that follow the channel? Comicsgate, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Organizing attacks on, what's happened to, people like Ethan Van Sciver, like, Zach ya boy, all that stuff. Organizing attacks on specific people, going on after websites they disliked, trying to destroy people, etc. With increased activity came increased paranoia. Oh, wait a second. Fired and blacklisted? Wait. Vic Mignogna! I believe that happened to him, too. Wait a second. There seems to be a pattern from something. From the culture war, as it were. Oh, boy. Like, wait, do they do this, like, over and over again or some shit? Oh, yeah, they do. They fucking do. With increased activity came increased paranoia, and members of the chat were instructed to ramp up their internet security and needed to get two-factor authentication in order to join the serious chat, where their clandestine attacks plans were discussed, and Zoe let her personal demons spill forth more than usual. Named in part as a reference to the movie's... I knew that. See? Origin story on this goddamn thing. Named in part as a reference to the movie Hackers, Crash Override Network was born. By the way, that's disgusting. If you've seen that movie, that you're using it that way. That's, fucking unbelievable. Crash Override Network was born out of that chat group and was envisioned by Zoe Quinn to be a small guerrilla group that can actually fucking fight back. And see, yeah, you can see her quoting her. It seems. I'm sure you have the hopefully the evidence there. Hopefully you do. Again, the opinion of this person. The following is excerpts from a chat log dating from January 4, 2015. Zoe uses the name Uh, Doctor, really? Doctor? God dang it. Dr. Internet PhD. Get the fuck out! God dang! Alrighty then. Dr. Internet PhD and details the three prongs that were supposed to be part of Con, a crisis center anonymously staffed almost exclusively by survivors of this kind of thing. Resources and articles to help people with information security and the like, and aftercare and support. She also mentioned wanting to get donations for legal fees and relocating people to safe houses while they were being swatted. Oh, again, it, some of this is interesting what's being stated, and some of it is teach their own their opinion of it. Continuing. Okay, so there you go. According to this Tumblr, according to this blog, this is a blog, basic. It's these statements are made. As you can see, I'm going to go slow so you can, the whole class can see it. There you go. So there's all that. Mm-hmm. All right. There we go. Again the evidence. There you go. Again the evidence. At least this evidence. I'm sure it's a problem when you do it like this. It's like, please cite your sources. I like put the little link. I mean, it's linked there, right? You can click on the thing. I'm sure go to it, right? Does it still exist? That's the other problem. Archive the stuff. Well, see, this is there you go. According to a former con member, this was 100% intentional, and con would screen emails and skim them to find anyone who was famous and could offer them publicity. Oh, that's intriguing. She also states that con once stopped helping someone because the client got fired and no longer had a platform to sing Crash Override's praises. Wow, that's a few evil fuckers. God dang. Woo, no fame, no service. Okay, there you go. There you go, that little section there. God dang, they're fucking evil pieces of shit. Zoe, you fucking amazing bag of shit. Oh, god dang. Crashed. TW. I don't know who that is. All right. Crash TW. This chapter will look at the personal experiences of con members. Many were trans women and on the verge of homelessness and considered suicide after being used and thrown out like garbage by Zoe Quinn. So there's this little section, and then as you can see, the supposed evidence again, allegedly, whatever they're saying about it. So there you go. Again, I've already archived this. I'm going to archive it again. Yeah, multiple copies. Because I'm surprised this hasn't been taken down yet by Zoe Quinn, actually. You're like, well, it's just a Tumblr. No one's going to give a shit about that, right? Tumblr's worthless. So, yeah. No one, I'd say it, and well, Tumblr did it to themselves. And, yeah, no one's going to listen to that shit. Mm-hmm. Even if you have links in the description and cite your sources. Secret Gamer Girl says that she became the subject of a bizarre gaslighting campaign after she earned Zoe's ire. This gaslighting resulted in multiple suicides. Well, that's just sad. See, that's the problem. Wait, but this comes back to what's currently happening with Zoe Quinn, isn't it? Kind of. That's intriguing. Here in this little part here, I contacted Quinn/Crash Override for help, expressing that I was afraid for my family and frankly considering suicide as a means of protecting them. Quinn personally messaged me. I was going to almost said something else. Quinn personally messaged me in response. The first conversation we'd had in months, explicitly denying me even any help in locking down my stuff and making some cryptic statement about not wanting to get involved. What a bitch. So wait a fucking second. The whole purpose of your fucking thing, and you can't help a fucking member. Because, oh wait, the ones doing it are you. You're the bitch doing it. You fuck. Unfucking believable. You are sickening. You're a disgusting being. You're trash. Wait a second. Bringing it back around. Yeah. You're trash override. Yep. Not Crash Override Network, but Trash Override Network. Here's the interesting part. I'm shocked you're not sued. I'm shocked you're not goddamn sued by the fucking by the corporation. that you're ripping this from. But sure, I'm sure they were okay with it. They're like, oh no, go ahead, take it. Go ahead, take it. Unfucking believable. Ah, karma. Karma fuckers. Hopefully at some point. God dang, this is pathetic. All right, I better hurry it on up. Yep, I think it's been long enough. So there, you get a basic idea. Let me stop zipping around. I'm sure some people like, wow, this one name though. Suck you bussy. God dang. Zoe Quinn tricked about a dozen victims into running their PR campaign for free by billing it as volunteer work for a fake support group. Damn! Again, that's what they said on their, I'm going to guess, Twitter. I'm going to try to find those tweets. Mm-hmm. There you go. More interesting stuff. I'm pretty much, because, again, sometimes when certain things are spotlighted, I'm sure this has already been done in another video. At least I hope so. And then here's, modern times almost. Epilogue. This week, Zoe Quinn retweeted a tweet from Randy Harper, which showed herself and Quinn playing Overwatch together. I saw some of the reactions to this unfolding in real time. It was heartbreaking. So many of Zoe's former friends, at least, were mildly content in the thought that Zoe had thrown Harper out into the cold just like them, especially with Harper's blacklisting of them all. But they were wrong. They were livid. Randy Lee Harper, the dream team with Unburnt Witch and Rebecca Watson. Whee! God dang. It seems to be about October 2017 when this happened. I have seen so many people who were snubbed by Crash Override and Zoe Quinn come forward to tell their stories, to bond with, and support each other. Secret Gamer Girl planned to take her story to the grave, but seeing her friends be hurt by Zoe yet again let her finally tell her side of the years of manipulation and abuse she had endured at the hands of Zoe Quinn. Other victims have been able to share their frustrations with Crash Override. Crash Override is effectively dead, done, finished, kaput. Most of the volunteers have been cast aside by Zoe. Her promises to pay them, oh boy, her promises to pay them as empty as their old Skype chat room where it all began. Oh boy, Skype, that place, oh, it's its own goddamn disaster. The Crash Override Network Crisis Helpline has been officially dead since December 2016. Despite promises that they would be working fiercely to keep the downtime as short as possible, they didn't even bother announcing this on Khan's social media. They're all lying dusty and dormant as well. The Crash Override Network Twitter account has been abandoned, with its last activity in April 2016, well over a year ago. Their Facebook group was also left to rot with no updates since March 2016. Their subreddit is also dead, and whomever was running it doesn't even use Reddit with that account anymore. Last but not least, their Tumblr is also abandoned with their last post in March 2016. I think I'll check that real quick for everybody to check that at least. Some here. Could be zippy, right? You're a boomer. That's not how that works. That's not how any of this works. Oh my, boomer! You bloody boomer. With their last post in March 2016, Zoe got what she wanted out of Khan a long time ago, as evidenced by it, and by extension the victims hoping to be helped by it being abandoned, and the book, follow the money always, and the book it existed to give PR to, and a namesake for, is finally out. A family friend and her own mother both admitted Zoe lied about her A family friend and her own mother both admitted Zoe lied about her childhood in the book, which makes everything else suspect and matches with pretty much every other horror story you hear from people who have personally dealt with Zoe Quinn and her endless lies and false promises. Crash Override Network was a con at worst, and this time, yeah, you mean it, con job, exactly. It was a grift. It was, what they accused other people of. It's all bullshit. It was a goddamn scam. But, hey, like I said, keep them receipts. Maybe in the future, it'll be investigated. Maybe not. We'll find out, won't we? Crash Override Network was a con at worst. At best, it was a toy for Zoe to play around with and milk for attention until she got bored with it. Please stop telling people to give their sensitive information to an organization that was inept in its heyday and even downright malicious, let alone an organization whose founders, clearly, well, founders, you know, in their own goddamn words, by the way. Yeah. Oh, where were we? Clearly got bored of it and left it to rot. Link to their guides if you must. After all, a small army of trans women put their hearts and souls into compiling the info for Zoe. But please stop giving people false hope that Zoe is going to help them and give them more than just a link to a Tumblr or a PDF file. Thank you for your time, and big thank you to all the former Crash Override members who have been brave enough to get their stories out there and let us know the sad truth. And I think I'm not going to show this because again, she can say, oh no, but here, oh, but you know what? It's parody. It's fair use. And I hope a nice lawyer, Rekieta Law, would help me fight this crap if I get fucked with on YouTube. Because it's clearly parody, it's fair use. I mean, I'm criticizing this. Definitely trying to give some information out. Everything that is fair use is what I've done in this goddamn video. So let's hope the United States of America still believes in it. So, we'll see. Making fun of it. I mean, Force Lightning, for God's sakes. Come on, give me a freaking break. Let alone other wacky shit I did. So, I don't know. It is what it is. Hopefully they don't take down this website here, the little Tumblr, and explains what happened. Yeah, she's not a good person like you bastards say. No, so yeah, that's pretty much the Crash Override Network, which still exists. Let's see if it's true that they haven't goddamn done crap in forever. Really, they're talking about tax-deductible donations through this partnership. Oh, look, wait a second. Feminist Frequency is right there at the top. Wasn't that fascinating? Oh, wait, a quick way to see how old this fucker is. All right, let's see. Wow! Fucking A! March 2016. God dang. Well, at least that part of Trash Override's fucking little website seems to be accurate. They haven't updated it in forever. That's some fucking sad. I'm not going to get into it with Tumblr another time discussing certain things, but alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this little video. I wanted to spotlight certain things. I wanted to really drive home that connection between Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn and what they've done to this point, at least up to that point. So around, took a little adventure through the beginning of Gamergate from their side of things, right? And up to 2017, which is pretty much when this little Tumblr stops talking about this. At least the events up to 2017. Indeed. Right there, October 2017. But we know more things have happened, sadly, since. Sadly. The person took their own life. And Zoe Quinn, yep, said things. And a certain fucking video game fired that individual. Fired that man. Yeah, it's really fucking wrong what's going on here. And it's bullshit. But again, that was already discussed in the other video concerning Zoe Quinn and that man and that video game. So you can go check that out. This was just to discuss this because I found this. And I found it interesting that someone had the balls or the guts. Again, it's a frickin' phrase. I'm sure people will be upset for everything. It's a phrase. Will be upset with the bullshit. I mean, this is unbelievable. Well, again, yeah, I'm pissed. This is unfucking believable that we're going through this shit again, possibly. Someone had the guts to put a goddamn blog together to discuss all this, put it all in one place, and then it still exists. That's good for you. I'm sure, she's, freedom of speech, fair use, all that stuff. She's not, whoever did this blog isn't, hopefully is not being fucked with. Again, a former member, according to them, it seems, of the Crash Overwrite Network. That, it seems, was a con at worst. At best, it was a toy for Zoe to play around with and milk for attention until she got bored with it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a fun day. Like and subscribe. If you enjoyed what you saw, main thing is retweet the video. That's what actually gets people to watch it. It's retweeting. So it gets the information out. That's why I'm doing it, to get the information out there, because people don't cover this stuff really. They don't. And they don't do it like they should. Cite your sources. I'm going to cite the sources. Hopefully the Tumblr is not taken down. Because I give the evidence out there, somehow it goes down. I wonder what. Are you trying to hide something, you piles of garbage? Unfucking believable. Alright, thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.